Hi, good afternoon. I wanted to make another video. I get asked a lot in these days where we're doing our social distancing for the coronavirus. So, hello, everyone, by the way. I get asked by my masterclass participants and the people that I coach, what are some techniques to deal with the stress that they're feeling, the anxiety that they're feeling. So, I'd recently given a corporate speech on this, and I thought I would share some of those slides and share those out to the general public. And if they can be of help to all of us, then that's a benefit to all of us. So let me go ahead and share my slides here. Okay. Uh, Tip number one is meditation. I'm a big fan of meditation. I used to think it was foo-foo. That could be a whole slide or a whole series of videos, but to just get right down to it, I like to use the Headspace app for guided meditations. Or I'll also keep tuned to my podcast feed, the Rafe Granger podcast. And my wife, who is trained in yoga nidra, is going to start putting out some nidra recordings on my podcast, which are a different type of meditation, and it's a guided meditation. Those are really good. So keep tuned for those. But there's a lot of myths and misconceptions regarding meditation, but I highly recommend it. It works over time, meaning the more you practice it, the more in your day it'll start to bear fruit. If you're having a tough time doing it, I just heard a recent podcast. I'm going to pick up a book on it called Tiny Habits. And it was, for lack of a better term, I'm going to call it daisy chaining to other habits. So for example, what I do is I daisy chain it to right before I'm going to shower. That's when I do my meditation. And I aim to do it about 3-4 times a week. And then that's a win for me. Don't worry about starting small. Do 2 minutes if you need to, then 2 to 5 and up to what you want. Second thing to reduce stress is time your task list. So how many hours do you really have in this work day? Once you get your coffee, once you get organized, start timing out how long each task is going to take and basically see if the tasks that you have set for yourself can actually fit in your real work day. As you can see, that'll accomplish by killing your stress by not that feeling of not getting stuff done. This number 3 is from the book called Solve for Happy, which credits are at the end of these slides. All the rest of these are from that book. Be an awareness fanatic. I love this one. Basically, it's setting your brain up to pay attention to what's actually happening around you. It's a really good technique. Things like, what I'll do if I'll find myself being anxious is I'll look around and I'll say, there's my glass of tea. There's my keyboard. The keyboard is black. I have an itch on my left thigh. You just kind of instantly record what's going on with your brain, and it kind of tunes you into into the present moment, and will calm down some nerves. It's great. Reduce distractions right here. Add me time to your calendar. Super important. Definitely add some time just for yourself. Stop. I love that one. I do this. I'll find myself rushing and rushing and rushing, and my heart is racing and racing and racing. And then I will just stop and use the awareness fanatic thing. I'll just observe all the things around me. I'll also sometimes take 3 giant breaths, or the breaths are so deep that my ribs will expand. That'll help me. All of these things are not rocket science. They're not new. I didn't create them. I'm just telling you what's worked for me. And I got to tell you too, by the way, that my brain hijacks me. It'll be like, that's not going to work, dude. You don't understand. Like, you're really nervous. You're really rushing. And then I take the 3 breaths and I'm like, oh, I do feel a little bit better. So I recommend you push through your brain and you just do it anyway. Make a totem. I've not tried that one. I've not done that, but you can read the slide on that one. Oh, let me see if I can go back. You can read the slide on that there. The last 2, timeless time. 1 time a week, go to a spot where you have no timekeeping devices. I'm fortunate. I live by the seacoast, so I get opportunities to drive to the ocean, and I'll just sit there and watch the waves. Again, not fancy. It works. 15, 20 minutes watching the waves. I don't have my phone near me. I'm not checking time. Works really well. I usually bring my journal. And then I like this one, number 8. Whatever you do, do well. Right on down to when you're washing the dishes. Like, be the best dishwasher you can be in that moment. Make the best cup of coffee. Pay attention to every detail of that. It sounds kooky, but it actually works. So those are my tips for reducing stress in any time, but especially during these times. And I highly recommend you read this book if you've not read it. Solve for Happy, Engineer Your Path to Joy by Mo Garnett, who is the Chief Business Officer for Google X. A great read. All right, till next time. Thanks for watching. We'll catch up soon.